Good morning. This is a demonstration of Sales Focus, LeisureNet Sales Management Inquiry Tool, which sits on the Data Hub Club platform. You'll have been given a username and password, which you use to log in to the platform and come to this landing page. You're then looking for the eFocus Customer Insight button to click on, and it brings up all of the LeisureNet services. The landing page on eFocus is a dashboard with a variety of KPIs on it. If you're only using Sales Focus, then you'll just get the two KPIs which relate to Sales Focus, the joiner rate and the conversion rate. These are real time and will either show the situation for one site or for the operator as a whole if you're logged in as an operator. I'm now going to go into the detail of Sales Focus by going over to the left here, clicking on Sales Focus, getting the drop-down menu. The first thing I'm going to do is show you the form and complete one of these. So this is the sales inquiry form that can be filled in either direct by the customer if they're coming through the website or on a tablet, or it can be completed by a member of staff on their behalf. All of the questions which have got an asterisk against them are compulsory. I'm going to use a slightly different email address because the system won't allow the same email address to be used twice. I've put in my mobile number, my postcode, how did they first hear about it, what facilities are interested in. So that's section 1 of the form. Here it's telling me that I haven't completed the gender question, so I'm going to go back and fill that. That's got an asterisk against it. That should submit. Okay, now still I'm putting a valid email address, so I need to go back and do that. So I'm going to change the email address to make sure that it's a valid format. So that's accepted that. Now moved on to section 2, where we're just asking some needs analysis questions. Section 3, what's encouraged you to join today? As I say, the questions in your form may be slightly different. Are you a member elsewhere? And then finally, section 4, which is a question for internal receptionist sales team only. What type of a form inquiry is it? And then it's up to you to say how hot the lead is. And it's up to your organization to give you guidance as to the definition of what's a 0, what's a 5, and what's a 10. We're then going to submit that inquiry. It reverts back to the form, and that inquiry has now gone into the new folder, which sits under forms. If I click on that, we can now see that my inquiry is sitting here at the top. These are all the inquiries that have come in that are still in the new folder. The number over here shows that there are 11 in the new folder which haven't been actioned yet. To get the information about each of these inquiries, just click on them and the details come here. You can also sort each column just by clicking on the header, and you can search for particular people by typing in them. I'm going to follow through this inquiry. So all of the details that I filled in that form are under these section headings, which you can access just by clicking on the drop down. I've got a unique tracking reference for each inquiry, and we're now going to start some actions on this. So I'm Dave Monkhouse. I'm allocating it out to Mike Hill. Please ring ASAP. I'm asking him to do a phone call. The action assigned date is done automatically. I'm asking him to complete this today, but I'm going to give him until 4:30 to do it. I've completed this action. This customer is still a target. They haven't moved into a joined or not joined at all. Okay, so we've now completed this. I'm going to submit that, and the person that I've asked to complete the action, assign the action to, will receive notification that they've got an action that they need to complete. So they can then go into the in progress folder, and my inquiry has moved through. So it's sitting here. You can see the hotness has now been added. So the person who's actually going to ring the customer can now click on this. They can look at all the details by dropping down these menus. They can see what they've been asked to do under action 1, and now they move into action 2, which they're going to complete themselves. So they're going to assign it to themselves. Run, Mike, and booked. Appointment. So this is an appointment action. The date's assigned. I'm going to book them in for an appointment at 10:40 on April the 1st. Sorry, April the 6th. I've completed that action. There's still the target, so I'm not going to change that, and I've submitted it. Now, when you book someone in for an appointment, it will show up on the calendar appointment down here. Sorry, so they're taking a little bit of time to come up. Okay, so all the appointments will show here. When that appointment's been completed, we can then move, and it's been successful, we can then move this inquiry into a joiner. So here, did tour and member join. Been completed, and they are now a joiner. Submit. Okay, so that will then move them through into the joined folder. If someone doesn't join at the end of the process, they'll go into the not joined, and you can use these people for future sales leads. And equally, if someone cancels, you can come back into the system, mark them down as a cancellation, and you have a list of your cancellations sitting in the system. If you need to edit submissions at all, because someone's put in the wrong email address or age, or if you need to delete them, you can do this under the edit submissions. And all of your deleted submissions will sit here under deleted. So you've got a really good record of all your inquiries, even those ones that haven't joined. The next tab is the targets. So this is where you put in your sales targets. We're looking at, let's look at April 2019. So we're going to open that up, and we can then submit our daily targets just by clicking here. And as you add these in, you'll see over on the right-hand side, the monthly targets increase. Once you've done all the days, press submit, and that will save that as a monthly target. The calendar for appointments, as I mentioned before, shows all of the appointments that have come in for tours, etc. And the calendar for orientations is once you've moved someone in. If you want to then book them in for an orientation, you can do that through the action scheduling as well. The final tab is your reports and analysis. So here you choose the times, the dates that you want to look at reports by. I'm going to knock that back a few months. I'm going to generate a report. So here we have the sales report for the dates that I've submitted. We have total inquiries received, target sales for the selected period, total members joined, sales to inquiry ratio, sales performance against target, number of referrals, average conversion time, total orientations, total cancellations, call to appointment ratio, and appointment to sales ratio. Then for every member of the team, the sales team that's set up within the admin, you've got the individual reports which show their tasks completed, number of calls completed, overdue tasks, total tasks, number of appointments. And then we've got some graphical analysis of the questions that are in that survey, the initial inquiry survey. So we've got the breakdown by type of inquiry, breakdown by source of inquiry for all inquiries, breakdown by source of inquiry for joiners, breakdown in hotness of leads, breakdown by gender, breakdown by age. All of these graphs can be exported into other reports by clicking on the tab here. And you can also play around with the legends to get your graphs to show exactly what you want. Okay, so I hope that's a useful introduction to Sales Focus, but please don't hesitate to contact your account manager if you have any further questions.